Wait, you can see my... Okay, now you don't see the TV. Okay, hello. I am not doing anything interesting today. Yeah, it's half past... It's half past, I don't know, 0. I don't know how you say it in English. Today, I was thinking about how to make a move with the knight. Okay, so basically right now, this is the program. Can I don't want to do that. Can I? Okay. This is the chess program right now. Please enter a move. Let's say you want to move to e4 from e2. You can do the move. Don't look at this. Okay. You can do this move. Okay. You can also move your other pawn like, I don't know, A, B, C, D, like D2, D4. Okay, so you can just pick up every piece. So like, I don't know, A8 to B, I don't know, 4. You can put everything to anywhere if you want right now. Okay. I was thinking about the knight's movement. So let's say that I want to move the knight from G1 to F3. I can do that, nice, okay, but I can also move right now from F3 to F4. Like, you just pick that up like in a real board. Of course, this is an illegal move because the knight can only move in like an L pattern. You can move 2 to the right and 1 up, or I don't know, you can move 1 up, 2 to the right. You get what I'm saying? You basically move in an L shape all the time. How do you tell the computer to only let the knight move in that manner? My first idea was to basically have a number which represents the attack pattern of the knight. So if I scroll up a bit, we can see some of them. So let's say, for example, this one. So, okay, if the knight is here, then you can move either here, 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 here. Okay, so, and this is a 64-bit number. Having this as a like a defined, I don't know, like a bitboard, like a defined number, is really helpful, because if you want to move to, for example, your B1 to C3, it will first check if from the move to and the possible movement bits gives back the move to. So it's like an AND operation, and if it works, then you can move. Okay, but right now it doesn't really work. You can move to C3 to C4. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to implement. I need all of these numbers to exist. So basically, if I know that I have a knight here, I wanna generate the movement for it, and I did that actually. So if I have a knight here, then I can move here, I can move here, I can move here, I can move here, but oops, I can also move here. Basically, what I'm doing right now is I have, how can I make this a bit smaller? Okay, don't look at this. I have a number, where is it right now? I have this one. I have the knight attack one. This is a 64-bit number, and if you, I need to go back. If you look at I think the 19th tile, I think somewhere it's here. Yeah, okay, this is it. This is the number which I am using. So this is the number which I am moving either left or right using bit shifts. So if I want to calculate if there's a piece, if a knight is here, then I just need to take this number and shift it to the left once, and now I have the knight attack pattern for this. Okay. If I want to get if I want to get this attack, I don't know, this movement pattern, then I can move this to the left by 1, 2, 3. So the 21st or 22nd, I don't know, I can get this. Okay, cool. But now, if I wanna get this one, I can move this number to the left again. Sorry, to the left again. But because we are using shifts, the numbers, the bits are obviously shifted because this is like a long number. These are zeros, these are ones, and okay, this is wrong. So I need a way to prune these bitboards. So basically, if I am sitting in this rank, like, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but if you're sitting here, I need to prune this. You can see on the webcam. I need to prune the H rank here. So basically, I need a way to remove those 2 bits. And the way to do that is that I've thought about. I think I can show it in the program that I'm writing. Yeah, so I have a knight attack number, and I basically check, okay, if it is the 19th tile, then this is just the that number. If the number is less than 19, I can do left shifts, I think. I have left shifts if I remember correctly. Yeah, current. No, I have right shifts. Yeah, okay. So if the number is, no, if the tile index is less than 19, then I can move, I can shift the number to right. If the tile index is larger than 19, then I need to move the knight movement bitboard to the left. Okay, that's good. And pruning it, I found that if I take the file, for example the H file. No, okay, so I check if the knight is sitting on the H file. If it's sitting on the H file, then I can take, because then the leftmost 2 ranks are going to be filled with illegal moves. Then I take the A file, or the A file or B file, so this is like a logical OR operation, so I can get the 2 files connected together. If I not them, then I'm going to get in like a bitboard representation the 2 files as zeros and the rest of the files as ones. And then if I end that to the current bitboard movement, I will get back the knight. This made a whole lot more sense in my head, but but if we check the program, you can actually see that I've implemented this correctly. Where can I show it? Bro, where can I show it? Okay, so here. Right now it's implemented correctly. We are sitting on the H file, so here. We are sitting here, so we can take the knot of the A rank, the knot of the B rank, OR them together, so we get these 2 ranks as ones, these as zeros. We knot the whole thing together, and then we end that ugly ORed bitboard with this, and then we only get the legal moves. Okay. And now I need to do the same for if we are sitting on the A rank or the B rank, and that's the only thing we need to do. We don't need to worry about files, because shifting is not shifting doesn't wrap around to the front of the bit, so I don't need to worry about that. And I also need to do this if the number is larger than 19. So here, yeah, you don't really need to understand it. I'm just making a video because I'm bored. I don't want to sleep yet. Okay, so yeah, this is what I've came up with. Another problem here is I can do this every time that I need to move the knight. So I could always calculate these attack bitboards. But why would I need to calculate all of these? Like, I could just save them, and like in a list, and I already have the tiles as like indexes that I could use. So let's see if I tell the program that I'm moving to the, if I'm picking up, for example, the H2 piece, then that's basically the 9th tile. So so in like a programming sense, the int I would be 9. So if I just make a list of these night movement bitboards, I can just index the list. So so I want to get the 9th one, then the 9th one would correspond to the night attack pattern on the 9th board. I could do that. I would just need to look up a place in memory. I wouldn't have to do these calculations all over again. So I could write down in a piece of paper like every kind of bitboard that would that I would need for night movements. I could do that by hand, and I could write something like this. Okay, so basically I'm going to do like defines, so night, I don't know, 0 would be the 0th tile, and define could be night, I don't know, 64th, you know, or like 63. I could do that by hand, but I am sitting at the computer. I could ask the internet or AI to do it for me, but I thought it would be a good programming exercise, and it's now 11 minutes past after I'm talking, so I will get to the point. I need to write a piece of code that would print these numbers, these bitboards, and I could just copy and paste it, so I don't need to do it by hand. Okay. Okay, so now I need to finish this piece of code so that it would print the correct night movement bitboards pruned, and after that I would change that it wouldn't print out the binary representation, it should print out the decimal representation, and I can just copy and paste it. Okay, now I need to do this. Okay, so I did it for the I is less than 19. Now I need to do it for I is larger than 19. And I don't need to do it for I equals 19 because the 19th tile is the first completely legal bitboard that I am shifting. Yes, so I think where's the piece of paper? Yeah, I think I even can you see it on OBS? Can you see? So I think drew it. So this is the 19th tile, I think, right here. This is the first legal bitboard, and these are basically the things that we need to prune. These are the things we need to prune. Okay, that's a bit cringe, but I don't care. Okay, so these are the things that we need to do that I've described. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody's gonna touch it. Nobody cares. Let's just do it. Okay, so I equals 19 is done. Now we need. Okay. If no, this is not done. I forgot another thing. What if we are on the A or the B file? So GH. Let's sub these around because okay. Okay. If the move tab bitboard equals that and the A, if that equals the bitboard and file A, that means we are on the A file. So we need to prune it using, we need to prune the right side of the board, so that's G or H. Okay. And now if move tab bitboard, so we are on the B right. Okay, so this time basically means if the knight is on the B file, then we need to prune the very the rightmost file, which is the H1. Okay, so this prunes the both of these files, this prunes the rightmost file, this prunes the leftmost file, this prunes the two leftmost files, and then we print it. Okay. And I think I can just copy and paste this, and I don't need to do anything else. Okay, I think this is going to be a short video then. Is this correct? I think this is correct. Oh yeah, and I think I've lied in the first video that I've published. Nobody cares. Actually, nobody cares. Oh no, yeah, I wrote chess engine and rambling. This is going to be just rambling. The thing I am doing now is not related to a chess engine. This has nothing to do with the chess engine. I'm basically making the chess game in a terminal setting. So this is not an engine programming video. This is just trying to implement the rules so that an engine can be put inside of the game. Just to be transparent. An actual engine would consist of move generation, pruning that. Yeah, you could get a tree. When you do the search, you need to prune that tree, and yeah, and that sort of stuff. Okay. And I don't really need to reset this at all, but I'm resetting it again. Okay, I think this is done now, so let's just compile it again. And I'm not a programmer. I really can't. I'm not at the stage that I can explain everything that I'm doing, but right now I just want to practice a bit. What am I doing here? I am using the GCC compiler. I am telling it to use the C99 standard. Don't ask why. I watched a YouTube video like a year ago. Okay. I think this is warnings all, so I am enabling all of the compiler I am telling the compiler to give every kind of warning when I'm compiling. So let's say I miss, I don't know, if I am not using, I guess, an integer or something, or like no, if I'm not using a variable, I think that it would also scream at me, because I think it will be like a warning unused variable. Okay, something like that. Okay, I am compiling the main.c file. This is a C file, and I'm renaming it to program. Okay, it works, and let's run it. Okay, it doesn't work for this for some reason. Okay, we completely missed everything on the if it's bigger than 19. Okay. I don't know what I did. Okay, if it's 90, we don't do anything. If it's 18, okay, this is working as expected. Okay, so from tile 1 to 19, I could now just copy paste these These are numbers. Copy these numbers and put them in a list. Okay, and what happens at tile 20, 21, 22, 23? What happens here? I am in the B rank. So now, if I am in the B rank, I should take the bitboard and end it to the H file's negative. Yes, I should be doing that. Am I not doing that? I'm not doing that at all. Okay, why not? What did I do? Oh, okay, another question. Why am I using NeoVim? It looks cool. I don't know. The only thing I did with it is that it gives me the relative number list. So if I press 20 and K, I move down. I move down 20 places relative to the line I am currently at. Okay. If I is greater than 19, Okay. Oh. I think this is a problem. This is supposed to be I minus. Okay. This is supposed to be I minus 19. And after that I'm printing it. No, that's not it. It didn't even do anything. Or I think it changed some. Maybe it was. Okay, I know that it's not working, but I think I still changed something. I didn't. Okay. If the move tile bitboard is the same. No, if the move tile bitboard and file A gets us. Okay, so if we are checking if we are in the A file. Why is this not right? Okay. We are getting the move tile bitboard. I don't think that should be I. No, we are going from I to 1, from 64. Okay, so okay, if I get 20. If we are at in the 20th tile, the 20th tile cannot be on the A rank. The A rank could be, for example, this is the first, oh my god, first, yeah, this is 19th tile, 20, 21, 22, okay, this is the 23rd tile, I'm writing down everything on piece of paper. Okay. If I is 23 in the loop, if move tile bitboard, we get a yes, okay. So let's just check file and file B. Okay. I get a bitboard. Okay, I get a 64-bit number that corresponds to the 23rd bit. No. 0th bit. I don't know how you index it. Is it the first? I don't know. So, let's just say we check if we are on the B file. If that happens, we would need to prune the H file. Yes, here. How do we prune the H file? We prune the H file by negating it and ending it. Okay, why does this not work then? This needs to be to the left, doesn't it? I think this needs to be to the left. I'm not printing current. Oh my god. Okay, this is a pretty dumb mistake. I'm not printing the current. Okay, I am printing the night. I was printing the night bitboard shifted left by 19 places. That's good, but we are doing things to the current, the 64-bit number named current, and we weren't printing that. We were printing something completely different. So now it should work. Now there's nothing that it works. Okay, so now we have a completely legal set of night moves. I think these are just circles then, all of them. This was easier than I thought. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, now I need to change it so that this doesn't print the binary representation of it. I have a function called binary printer square, and okay, you probably can guess what it does. We need to tell it to print F, how do you tell it that it's a 64-bit? I think you can still use, or L, is it LD? I think it's still D. Yes, current. And I think I can do this for all of these, if I remember correctly. Yeah, okay. I think this would work. LD, okay, I was right. Which line is it? 35, okay. So we need to get, yeah. So we need to get LD. I'm trying to use the actual keybinds. Oh, and I'm sorry if I am quiet sometimes, but I don't know if you noticed, but this isn't a well thought out video. And now we basically have no. These are signed. So these are signed. Wait, which one was signed? Why is tile 47 signed? Because tile 47, 32, 0, no. 24 plus 8 is... I'm so dumb. 24 plus 32, of course. 42, 40, 44, 47, 45, 46. This shouldn't be signed then, I think. We are going from here. 40, no. What? 48, 40, 48, 47. Yes, the 47. Okay, if we are the 47th tile, which is here, we would get a legal moves here. Okay, and we are activating the very last bit, so we actually get a signed number. Okay, now I'm just a bit worried because, okay, right, my whole idea was that now I could take these numbers. If I just fix one thing, I don't need to print of tile. Okay, now I have a list of numbers. I have 64 numbers, and I think I can just copy paste these like that, and I can put these on list. Is it a problem that these are signed numbers? How can I print it so that it's not signed? Because I'm a bit afraid that if I want to set these as an unsigned 64-bit, no. Let's just check. Let's just try it. Let's try to take this number. Kurva anyád. Let's try to take this number. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's have a U64 test equals this base. Printf does okay, can I save this as a no, accepts matching long int. Okay, okay, so let's just do everything again. Okay, so now my problem is I really wanna have all of these numbers as unsigned integers. Quick Google search time. Let's try to search how can I print unsigned numbers in C. Let's see. Let's see. You get it? If I instead I do this, does this work? No. Long unsigned int. I didn't know that that was an option. Nice. I've learned something today. Nice. Okay, so I can print this as long unsigned, I think. Yes, nice. These are all unsigned. So now I could just take these numbers, take all of these numbers, copy them, and just put them here. I could do that if I wanted to. How should I save them? Okay, I'm still a complete beginner. I wanna put them in a list. I know that there are macros for NeoVim and Vim, which would make this easier. But I don't know if I need to put them in the int main, or inside the main function, or over here. But I think if I want to, if I want to manipulate a number inside the list, I think I need to put this in the main function. Okay. Okay, so now these should be movement bitboards. Okay. Night. What should I call it? I could call it U64 night movement night attack. Oh, okay, let's just call it night move. I will have 64 numbers here, so I think I need to allocate 65 not places in memory, but yeah, because I think in a list the very last component is the escape character, or is that only in strings? I don't know. One more 64-bit byte, not byte. One more sentence or word, I don't know what the name is. Wouldn't hurt. Okay, so now I can do something like this. And then I could just painstakingly call it night move 0. Not 0, which one is this? No, this is 0. No. We don't have a 0. This is... I think this is how I made it, because the for loop goes from 1 to 64. So this is the first tile in the bitboard, and this corresponds to that number. Okay. I think I tried to do this last thing on camera as well, but how to use macros in Vim. Macros in NeoVim. Huh? To use macro, this is an AI summary, but to use macros in NeoVim, press Q, followed by a letter like A to start recording. Perform your editing actions and press Q again to stop. Replay the recorded steps by typing at followed by that letter. Okay, so let's see. Q. A. Right. Move. Okay. And now if I press holy crap. So if I do this, it didn't work. Okay. Why not? Okay, can do that again. So recording A. Okay. Right. Move. It didn't work. Okay. Again. Let's try that again. Recording A. Holy crap. What register? Can I do something like repeat this action more times? Okay, doesn't matter. This actually helps me a lot. And there has to be a better way to do this, but I'm happy that I had the willpower to do a Google search. There's so many lines. Oh, no, wait. Another quick good idea, how to write on multiple lines in Neowin. I can't type for the love of God. Visual, oh, visual. Of course. No. Why doesn't this work? Visual block? Why doesn't this... No, vale. We move down. Shift. I've pressed the wrong button. No, control. Okay. Shift I. What? Press Ctrl V to enter visual block mode. Move down. Okay. Shift I to insert text at the start of the block. Why doesn't this work? not that easy. You know what? I don't care. I've learned a lot today. This is so scammed. Oh my god. Can I record macros inside of macros so that I could? How would I even do that? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I think I could have also insert the number here somehow. So basically all of them is just empty. So we need to insert 1, 2, 3, 4 still manually, or there has to be a better way to use this in NeoVim, but I don't want to do any more research. Like, regular Google searches are like research to me now, so let's just do this. So basically we need to fill this up. Okay, nice, good Hungarian keyboard retard. Okay, so nobody cares. Okay, nobody cares. Okay, basically what I did today is, oh, this is so ugly. Oh my god. Okay, basically now I have the bitboards. Did I turn off the TV? Now I have the bitboards representing the movement for the knight. Okay. This is one piece. This is only one piece from the chess board. I will still need to think about the pawn's movements. Pawn movement is different than pawn captures, and the en passant is a whole other thing. Okay. The pawns. I need to think about the rooks, but I already defined the files and ranks, so I could combine them, but I don't think that would be a good idea, because what if something is blocking the rook? I would somehow need to think of a logic to block or like prune the attack bitboard in a way that can decipher what's in front of the rook and what's in front of the blocking piece and what's behind it. Okay. I've heard for the bishop, I think you could even do that for the rook as well, that you can just write a function that moves in a diagonal. If it can move there, okay, then moves again. If it hits something, then it stops in that diagonal, then it moves in the other diagonal until it reaches either the end of the board or hits something. You do this for all of the diagonals. You record where the piece could have moved, and then you save that as a bitboard, I think. So that would only mean one calculation, but I don't really care. I think we could do that in the end, in the game. Okay, I think I could do the same for the rook. So basically move them up, stop it if a piece is stopping it, or it could move off the chessboard. Do that for the directions. Okay, if I have the movement for the rook and the if I have the movement for the rook and the bishop, I could combine it to get the movements for the queen. Okay, I did the knight, the movement for the knight right now, and after that I would need to do the movement for the king, but I would also need to prune that, because I could do the same thing for the king what I did for the knight, so that would mean another 64 with numbers. Okay. After that I would need to think about castling rights and how to figure out if I can castle or not, what kind of pieces I should move, but I think that would be an easy thing to implement. I am thinking of maybe using a byte, or like some bytes as flags, so maybe the 0th flag could be something like oh, you can steal castle, queenside castle or kingside castle, or another flag. Oh yeah, we could use flags, or if we are trying to move with legality checks, I think I could still use flags, and maybe just use logical operations to think of, okay, nobody cares. Okay, I'll still fix this, and then after that I need to implement some more moves. And if I have all of the rules for the movement as bitboards or as functions, then I could finally update the movement place. So basically right now I'm scanning to get a move, and then we just do the move. But now we could finally insert some checks here, some logical checks, and if a move is legal, then we do it, and if not, then we go back here somehow. I don't know how to do that. Maybe we could put this in a whole another while loop, so like checking a move if it's legal. Okay. And after all of that is fixed, I could do a side tangent where I would make a better looking display, which is not this. I could maybe do something with SDR3, that would be fun, like making a whole actual window and not just like a terminal page or like something. And yeah, there are still other things to do. That was it for me today. Yeah, thank you for not watching, because nobody watches these, but these are fun to make, so yeah, thank you.